Hey y'all, Dino here, coming at you from hot North Carolina, where it's so hot that we had to come inside today because my phone would not function in the heat out there. It kept shutting down. So we had to bring the show inside today. If you're new to the channel, this is where a lot of folks come to check out the 2019 Appalachian Trail Thru hiker class and see where they're out on the trail and what's going on with them. A lot of folks come here also to help build the hiker community so that we can support those thru hikers. And the best way you can do that is hit that subscribe button down there and then hit that bell. That way you'll get our weekly updates from our channel here. And then you can go over to my Facebook page at Dino Roaming the Trails, and there you'll see the links to the thru hikers that we're tracking, over 200 of them. Their links to their blogs and trail journals. And you can go click on their links and follow them all the way throughout their journey and give them comments and keep them pumped up and give them the attaboys and attagirls that they deserve as they go throughout the course of their track from whatever direction wherever they're starting from or whatever direction they're going. So hopefully you'll be a part of the hiker community and help me support them as they continue on their journey. So let's go ahead and get on with the updates. We've got a few new hikers that we've added to our channel this week, and that is the Dower Duo. And the Dower Duo, they have a Instagram page as well as a YouTube channel, and I have added them down in the description section. You'll find them down there. Since they're new, we add all the new folks there. So go down there and you can click on them automatically without having to go to my Facebook page to find them, and they will appear on that list as well. So a couple weeks ago, we stopped tracking how many folks were registered NOBO, just simply because that had run its course from Amicalola Falls State Park. And most folks no longer registering. Those folks that are registering down there in NOBO, because of the time it takes to walk from Georgia to Maine, it's just going to take too long and then never make it before Katahdin closed. So they're probably going to be flip-floppers. So right now we've got somewhere on the trail, including flip-floppers, SOBO, and NOBO, we've got somewhere around 3,500 to 4,000 people that have registered. Hopefully we'll be able to get a little closer and nail that down as the registrations come to an end a little further in the season. But that's kind of where we're at right now. If you are a blogger or have a trail journal and you're not on our list, go over and check out that list at my Facebook page. And if you're not on it, then we'd like to put you on there if you want folks to be able to go and comment and track you on social media and make comments, so on and so forth. And then if you are also a thru hiker, I'd love to get your push notifications sent to me over through an instant message on my Facebook page at Dino Roaming the Trails, or through my Instagram account at Dino, and you can just send me a private message there and let me know how things going on the trail and where you're at. I do delay your exact locations just for hiker safety, so I'm not going to be specific about where you're at, just kind of a general area. I know a lot of y'all that do have blogs, you're already doing that. I think that's smart, but I'll do the same as well. But I would love for y'all to push those notifications to me rather than me having to go and find them. Just cuts down on my time, and I'm tracking so many folks, and I want to include as many as I can, but it's difficult to include a large number of people, and I usually wind up missing some folks just because there's so many of you. So the more they can push those to me through my instant message system there, the more helpful it'll be and the more folks will be updated. So appreciate you looking into that. Appreciate you doing that for me. Those that are already doing it, I greatly appreciate that. Okay, so the weather report for folks out there on the trail, Central Virginia is going to be mostly wet this week. You're going to have some pretty significant chances of rain with high humidity, and the temps are going to be in the high 80s, maybe even hitting 90 a couple days this week. So rain, 90 degrees, high humidity. That means bugs and just means general hiking conditions that can be challenging. Around Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, which is a little north of the central location of the trail, or the halfway point of the trail, you're still going to have high chances of rain there this week. Your humidity is still going to be high, but your temps going to be a little better. They're going to be in the low 80s. Still going to be buggy up there for you folks. And that's just what the season is that we're getting into now. Around Gorham, New Hampshire, which is the northern part of the trail, just below the border with Maine, you're going to have high chances of rain towards the end of the week, not so much the beginning of the week, but you are toward the end of the week, and you're still going to have high humidity. Your temp's going to be in the mid-70s, so your temp's a little bit better, but it's also going to be getting a little chilly at night in the high 40s and low 50s. So just another reason to keep at least a piece of your cold weather gear as you hike north. Don't send it all home as soon as you hit the halfway point, because you might need a puffy or maybe a windbreaker or something up there for the morning hours. Hiker on the trail whom we have updates from, Navigator and Era, they are north of Harper's Ferry, and Arrow has decided to try to go ultralight. She's cut a few ounces of hair off of her. So we look forward to seeing how Era's doing with her new do and her new ultralight hiking version. Two Knees is back on the trail, and she's hooked back up with Ramblin' Rose and Rex, and they are in the McAfee Knob Tinker Cliffs area. Turkish, he is past Galehead Mountain in the Whites and pushing north. Wrong Way's coming into New Hampshire. He says he's meeting some great people and seeing more hikers. He's also getting a new GoPro, so his filming's going to be better and his video's going to be good. And Wrong Way, we think they're fine just the way they are, but whatever you want to improve, that suits us just fine. We look forward to those coming out. Minnesota Hikings, they are in the shanties, and they are pressing on, drawing closer and closer to the halfway point. They kind of got a little prolonged at some of the waysides through the shanties there in the Skyline Drive area with those blackberry milkshakes and some of the adult beverage tasting rooms in the area. So we look forward to your videos as well, and everybody's videos. It's Who We Are. They're in Northern Virginia and coming up on the halfway point. X and Baby Feet, they are through the Virginia Triple Crown, and they're somewhere around the Glasgow area, and they have definitely gotten their trail legs because they are doing 20-plus miles now. So we look forward to those big miles coming from y'all, X and Baby Feet. Gypsy Mountain Man, they did 1,000 miles in 100 days, and they're on their NOBO flip-flop somewhere around Dalton, Massachusetts. Group Spotters with us summiting Katahdin today. The group spotter is summiting Katahdin today. Katahdin just opened yesterday being the 15th. And so they have started their augmented SOBO. They actually got on the trail a little earlier, hiked SOBO for a short period of time till Katahdin opened. And now they've gone back up to Katahdin Stream Campground, and we'll be taking the Hunt Trail System on up to Katahdin and then coming back down and continuing shuttling back where they stopped off and continuing their SOBO hike. Papa John, he is almost through New York and says it can get cold in the nighttime, especially if it rains. Underdog and his crew will be in Massachusetts any day now, and everything is going good for them. Anchor's around Bowling Springs, and he's attending a music festival up there that's put on by the ATCs. Anybody else at that festival, let Anchor know so y'all can maybe get up together. Dog Tree Hikes is in the shanties and coming into Harper's Ferry in a few days on his quest to hike the Appalachian Trail in 100 days. So he is on schedule to do that. Oz says he'll be hiking dawn to dusk and 24 hours personal challenge every second week. So every second week he's going to be hiking for a solid 24 hours. So his goal is to do the trail in under 100 hours on his SOBO trip, and then on his return, he's going to get as far as he can in 75 days. So he's got some folks, including Thumper, that are kind of helping him out along the way with some trail magic and shuttling him around and shuttling him to town for some resupply and stuff. And so we appreciate y'all helping Oz with that. And whenever that 75 days come up, if he has not gotten all the way back to Baxter, somebody can give him a ride home. Or you can just leave him there and he can work for stay until next year. G-Pack and B-Pack, they have hit the Harper's Ferry this week, and when they were NOBO, they left the Appalachian Trail down at Springer Mountain. They were bags number 2093 and 2094, and when they hit Harper's Ferry, they were bag tags number 612 and 613. So that kind of gives you an idea of the attrition rate, the people that have gotten off the trail since we got started. Runa Hike, she's past the 600 mark and somewhere around Dismal Falls. Champ, he's past the Virginia Triple Crown and closing in on the shanties. 10-4 is past Palmerton with the Westcapades in tow, and she's been battling some bronchitis and Achilles tendonitis. But she is pushing through that after a brief respite. Kit's not been able to rejoin her yet, but she wanted to give a shout out to 9 Lives for the great trail magic that she received, and she really appreciated that. Hawk, he's up in Stratton, Maine at his favorite hostel, the Hostel of Maine. So Hawk has crossed over into Maine. He is on his last leg, on his last state. The Dower duo, they are past Harper Ferry, and they have got bag tags at Harper Ferry, numbers 714 and 715. And when they left Amicalola Falls, they were bag tags number 1327 and 1328. So they have definitely come a long ways, either past a lot of folks, or again, folks getting off the trail due to injuries or just stopping their hike for whatever reason. Zona, she's hitting the Virginia Triple Crown. Punky's around Newport, Virginia, and Gypsy Wonder is back on the trail, and she's around the Waynesboro area. So if I missed your Waynesboro area, yep. So if I missed your update this week, I apologize for that. Again, please send me those push notifications through my messenger over at Ramdino Roaming the Trails, my Facebook page. I greatly appreciate that. Helps me to get your updates here, and helps me just to stay better organized, and so I don't have to spend quite so much time going out trying to find folks' update. Folks that are off the trail this week, Try is off for a few days. She got a concussion from a fall that she took up in Pennsylvania. So the concussion protocol is that you stay in a dark room and you stay away from TV and lights, and that means your cell phone as well, including whatever you're using for blogging and vlogging. So if she's listening to the doctor, she's not going to be doing a lot of that, hopefully. So if you're seeing this now, Try, and it's anywhere close to Sunday when I drop this video, you're not listening to the doctor's orders. So we appreciate everything you've done so far, and we've enjoyed watching you. So we want to keep doing that. So listen to what the doctor's got to say, and then we'll look forward to seeing you back out on the trail just whenever the time is right for you to get out there. Now, she's also part of her family that was with her was Pop, and Pop has decided to stay back with her. Pop's he's nursing a little bit of soreness in his feet, but the main reason Pop, I think, staying back with her is because that's what families do for each other. So as soon as Try is ready, Pop's going to jump in there with her, and they're going to head north. And Pop, I know that Try appreciates that, and we all appreciate you being part of the hiker community and just showing exactly what the hiker community does for each other. So thanks a lot for that. Spotter is no longer on the trail. She made it just shy of the 100-mile wilderness. But after the trip, she has decided that she has got to come off the trail due to an injury, and she will not be getting back on this year. Paul's on the trail that we reported last week had gotten off the trail due to some weakness and possible tick associated diseases that he may have had, like Rocky Mountain spotted fever or Lyme disease. Went to the doctor and everything came back fine, so he hopes to be getting back on this coming week, and he'll probably be turning his NOBO into a flip-flop. So hiker starting next week. The only hiker that we're tracking right now is Oz. So he should be starting in 7 days from Katahdin. And all the hype that we have heard from him for the past 6 to 8 months, we look forward to seeing what's going to happen with him as he tries to do the NOBO trip on 100 miles, in 100 days, and then spend 75 days getting as far north as he possibly can. So we look forward to that. He says he's going to have some shock and awe videos for us coming up right off the bat. So I'll let you be the judge of whether or not Oz has shock and awe. I'm sure it's going to be shocking, and the views will probably be awe-inspiring. So we look forward to that, Oz. News from the trail. Unfortunately, we have some bad news again on the trail. We had 2 hikers that died in the Whites climbing Mount Washington. I don't think they were through hikers. I think they were section hikers, but they were climbing there, and it was very cold. And apparently, they had some issues, not necessarily associated with hypothermia, but they just had some personal health issues that, for whatever reason, it caused them to pass away on the trail. And then we did have 1 injured there due to hypothermia. So, if you succumb to the elements as far as heart attack or something like that, then there's not a lot that you could do to stop that. But we can stop hypothermia. So just another reason not to get rid of all your cold weather gear as you're on your trip. Puffy doesn't weigh hardly anything. You can certainly use your rain jacket. That's going to keep you warm as well. And the main thing is stay prepared out there, folks. And then one of the things I want to mention about what some of the subos are doing, that because that Katahdin didn't open until the 15th, had a delayed opening. What they did is they started at Katahdin Stream Campground, and they would hike Sobo, a lot of them getting in as far as Monson, and then now that Katahdin is open, it opened on the 15th yesterday. Now that Katahdin's open, they shuttle them back up to Katahdin Stream Campground, and they are going to walk on up to Summit, and then they'll be coming back down and shuttling right back down where they started and continuing their Sobo hike. But nobody's got to do that anymore because Katahdin trails are open. The Abdul Trail, Hunt and Owl, Hamlin Ridge, North Basin, Northwest Basin, and Chimney Pond are all open to get up there. There are 2 large sections that are covered in snow on the Chimney Pond Trail, including 4-foot snow drifts. The trail has been marked with orange tape, so you will be able to see the trail, but you can expect with those 4-foot drifts some post holing to go on. So there is still snow up there around Katahdin right now. And the folks at Baxter State Park ask that everybody stay on the trail, no matter how muddy, no matter how much snow melt and rain is running down it. Katahdin is a special place, and they really look after it up there, and leave no trace is a big thing for them. So please don't walk around the mud. The alternative is that they will shut down the trails until they recover. So we don't want that to happen. I understand the mud's going to be cold, but what they have asked is you just walk right through it and stay on the trail. So do that. For those coming behind you can enjoy it, and the trail will still be open when they get there, but they did indicate that you can expect wet conditions, mud, water on the trail up there in Baxter State Park for the foreseeable future. We also have a missing person that was last seen just south of Harper's Ferry. This is a combat veteran suffering with PTSD. He's a combat veteran of 4 tours in Iraq, and he's been missing since May 24th. He got on the trail somewhere around Harper's Ferry. His name is Eric Pry. I'll put his picture up here. If you see this person, please first see if you can help him, give him some help. And also immediately contact authorities in the area. There's a number here that's listed on this picture that folks you could call, but I think you could just go ahead and call 911 to be the simplest thing, and so you can let them know where this missing person is, because they do have rescue personnel out there that have been looking for him. Bear reports, we continue with the Smokies warning there at Birch Spring Gap campsite at mile 172 and Icewater Springs Shelter at mile 210.8. And we've got same alerts going on for Grayson Highlands and the Mount Rogers area, where they've been having at all the shelters, particularly Thomas Knob Shelter at mile 499 northbound, and Hurricane Shelter at NOBO mile 515. So any unoccupied tents and packs are subject to being damaged by bears. And again, if you're planning to camp overnight between Elk Garden and Dickey Gap, they recommend that you camp where you can store your food in the metal food storage lockers in those areas. Also, camping is not recommended around Fox Creek, which is Virginia 603 trailhead, and in that general vicinity, including near Grindstone Campground. A new one I hadn't seen was that New McQueen's Gap in North Carolina. That's mile 457. There's a bear report there. And the Shenandoahs, they've been having some incidences there with bears gaining access to your food. And there's also a trail closure for camping only. In other words, you can hike it, but you're not supposed to be camping, that extends from Rip Rap Trailhead to just south of Wild Gap Ridge. And that's around where the AT crosses Skyline Drive. So be aware of those bear instances that we got going on, folks. We're still working on and receiving GoFundMe donations. We're up to 5,512. We're going to be closing that campaign out here in the next couple weeks. So I would encourage you to go there and see the comments that folks have made. I'd also encourage you to go and share that with everybody on your social media accounts and your friends, your neighbors. They don't necessarily have to be part of the hiking community, but share it on other groups that you may be a member of on Facebook. And I don't do Reddit, but some of those other social media platforms. Please go there and share that so that we can get as much donations coming in as we can for the Appalachian Trail attack victims in early May. Folks, that is about all I've got this week. I appreciate you hanging on to the end. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out there.